Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Eliezer Malamed, Shlita. I hope everyone had an enjoyable Shabbos and weekend. We begin our week of learning. Again, we continue to daven for Charlei Tzvagan Yisrael, for Shlem L'chol Petzuei Yisrael, and a safe return of our hostages, and we dedicate our learning Le'ili Nishmas, Sarah and Daniel Shimon ben Harav Doron V'Shel Yashem Yikum Damo. Continuing with the laws of Birchat Kohanim, the next chapter is Netilas Yadayim Lifnei HaBracha. Lifnei Kohanim Nosim Es Kapehem, so before the Kohanim Duchen, before they raise their hands, Alehem Litolas Yadayim Ad HaPerek, they have to wash their hands up to the wrist. Shehu HaMakom Chibur Hazrua V'Kafiyad, that's the place where the arm connects to the hand. V'Remez Yesh L'Davar, and there is a hint to this. Often Chazal will give us a hint in the word. Shne'emar Se'u Yadechem Kodesh Uvarchu Es Hashem. Pasuk Tehillim, many people will say this pasuk before washing their hands. Raise up your hands in holiness and bless God. V'chol kohen shelo natal es yadav lo yisias kapav. And the Gemara says that if a kohen does not wash his hands, he cannot duchen. Nechleku gedoli harishona bedin netilas yadayim zu. So we have a machlokas in the Rishonim about this, the nature of this washing. Ladas Rambam, the Rambam writes in Hilchos Tefillah Perek Vav, Rak asher yadayim luchlachos yesh chava lenotlan. The Rambam says that you only have to wash the hands if they are dirty. But if a kohen washed his hands before davening and he made sure not to soil them in any way or to touch any unclean places, then there's no need for him to wash again before duchening. According to others, again based in the Gemara and Sota and Lamates, that no, this washing is not about cleanliness per se, but there's a special washing that's required before duchening. Therefore, even if the Kohen's hands are clean, still required to wash his hands. L'maisa machmir, practically speaking, we are strict in this matter. And a Kohen, even with clean hands, is required to wash his hands. Kedas Rashi Tosfos, like the second opinion mentioned. Aval, ein mevarchen al hanatila, and the Kohen, when they wash, they do not make a blessing on this washing. Even if they touched unclean places, because we have a suffix, there is a doubt as to whether a bracha was indeed instituted for this washing. Mehazohar mashma, so from the Zohar HaKadosh, it is mashma, so it seems that this washing is meant to sanctify the Kohanim and their hands as we approach the bracha. And to add one layer of holiness upon another, so we have the custom that the Kohen does not wash his own hands, but rather a Levi comes and washes the hands of the Kohanim. We have a number of listeners to our show. One is a very, very dedicated Levi, one who takes the job of washing the Kohen's hands very seriously, and you know who you are. But let's say there's no Levi in the shul. So since we're having Kedusha on Kedusha, so the sanctity of a Kohen is washed by the sanctity of a Levi. If there's no Levi present, then you have a firstborn male who has a level of sanctity as well, and therefore he should wash the hands. And if there is neither a Levi nor a Bechor, a firstborn present, then the Kohen should wash his own hands. If a Kohen is in a shul and he's worried that there's no place to wash his hands or there's no water to do so, then he should wash his hands before davening at home. And he has to make sure that they remain clean. And since he had in mind to do so before davening, he's able to duchen. But let's say the Kohen did not take proper measures to keep his hands from getting dirty. Even though he washed before davening, but if his hands got dirty afterwards, and there's no water now to wash before duchening, he cannot go up to duchen. We say unclean places, so let's say if you touch the bottom of your shoes or something like that, that's considered an unclean place. Or if you touch an unexposed part of your body, that's also considered makam b'tirnafos and would require a new washing. So if a Kohen, for whatever reason, does not duchen, This is a practical question. Let's say, as we discussed last time, that he missed getting up there in time for Ritzei, or if his hands are dirty, or for whatever any of the reasons the Kohen doesn't duchen, what should he do during the actual blessing? He should exit the synagogue. He should go out of the Beit Knesset. First of all, somebody shouldn't call him up and say, Kohanim, come up, and he doesn't come up, and it could be embarrassing. And what's even more embarrassing, and it's funny because we always take this into consideration, is that if you call somebody up for a Kohen and to duchen and he doesn't go, they're going to say, oh, there must be something wrong with him. He must have been a psula kohuna, must have been some sort of disqualification. He's no longer considered a Kohen, something like that. So to obviate this problem and to prevent people from thinking that, so if someone for whatever reason is not going to duchen, one should step out of the synagogue, out of the shul. But in any event, we step into a new week of learning. And thank you for joining us. Please continue to daven for Charlei Tzvak and Yisrael, for Shlem Chol P'tzvei Yisrael, safe return of our hostages, dedicating our learning Le'ilin Nishmat, Sarah and Daniel Shem Ben Abduram V'Shelei Hashem Ekum Damo. Thanks for joining us for this ride this week. See you here next time. Have a great day.